Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning.
When has a fight gone too far? When is it time to throw in the towel?
When your ankle breaks. Yeah, I mean that's a good example. I think when you go to sleep, maybe.
At UFC 173, we saw Jimmy Varner break his ankle, and the towel was not thrown in. This begs the question: when is it time to throw in the towel?
You know, every fight camp's different. For me, if you're in a position like that, you throw in the towel because you're definitely not going to come back and win. If you're taking a beat, some people think if you're taking a beating and you're part, I think you never throw in the towel in a fight unless there's a huge injury like that. That was, you know, pretty dramatic. And I think your team are there to look after you. At the end of the day, your team are there to look after you and make sure you're safe.
There's two sides of it, right? Being a fighter, you don't ever want the towel to be thrown in, right?
The only time I think it's time to throw in a towel is when a guy could clearly not defend himself. But when it comes to injuries, you know, being a fighter, you never want to throw in a towel. I've had a fight where my knee slipped out of place, and literally in the fight I was hopping on one knee and took him down and took him out.
And being a coach, you want to throw in the towel if it's detrimental to the athlete's career.
I think if it's a fight and you're taking a lot of punishment, you never give up, you never throw in the towel. But if there's an injury and there's a big problem like that, usually lower body, like legs or ankles. If I broke my arm, I'd want to carry on fighting. But if I broke my leg or my foot, or you know, that's a big problem.
You see a lot of guys, you know, you just never know what a guy's made of. You know, some guys, everyone's pain threshold is different. You know, some guys are willing to take more, or have that ability to take more punishment than others.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of examples. There's guys. Some guys are just too tough for their own good, and you know, you have to be conscious of that if you're in someone's corner. So I mean, you got to be able to throw in the towel. You know, when the guy can't walk or the guy's getting knocked down repeatedly. You know, it's you know, some people just don't have an off switch.
When you're a fighter, a lot of times you'll break your own arm. You know, if you had to get the W. So I mean, push it, dude. Let it last. Let's do it.
If you see that the fighter is definitely hurt or something fractured, you know, if it's just a muscular injury, then you can let the fight go on. But if it's clearly an injury where a bone is fractured, you definitely don't want that fight to go on, because it could prolong the recovery process and he can stay out longer. And obviously when you stay out longer in a fight, you lose money. And so, you know, you just got to look out for the best interests of your athlete. So to answer your question, it goes too far when you know that the injury is debilitating, and it's not just an owie, because there's a difference between an owie and an injury.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit